Mike Jones here with Ken's. We have a brand new show. It's August already, and it is awesome. Let's get inside and check it all out.
Georgia's #1 sight and sound source. Go to Ken's.
All right, we are in our car stereo room. I love calling it car stereo room. And since 1978, we've had different variations of this room so that people could come in. And I remember when I was younger, in the 70s, we had one with just two like dune buggy type seats. And people would sit down and play their cassettes and do their thing. And if I'm showing age, it doesn't really matter. All right, Brainiac here. This was all created by him, and we have one in our Macon and Warner Robins location where you can look at head units, you can look at speakers, you can look at subwoofers, you can look at amplifiers. Give us just a rundown head units. Let's start there, and then we'll feed into speakers. Go ahead. What you think?
So a lot of options as far as head units, anywhere from $199 and up. You'll have your basic Bluetooth radio, CD, USB, but like I said, everything has Bluetooth now, so you'll still be able to stream your phone calls, your music, of course, as well. If you want to go up to something nicer, of course, we have you covered. With the touch screens, main thing that people are wanting now is Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. We'll have a wired and wireless option, so that way you don't have to plug in all the time as well. But a really popular one that we have right now is made by Sony. It's a 7-inch screen. It's called the 3200 series. So it's $449, free installation. But like I said, it's Bluetooth, it's wired CarPlay, wired Android Auto, super clean screen, and it has physical buttons, which I love, kind of an old school feel.
Yeah, that is nice.
It's really, really nice. If you want to go up to a wireless CarPlay feature, it's only $50 more by Alpine, phenomenal radio, $499 installed. But like I said, wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and super clean screen.
I know that you can do both. You know, I by nature always plug mine in because I want to charge my phone. But now that a lot of cars come with wireless phone chargers, you can use the wireless CarPlay. But do know they come in 7-inch, they come in 8-inch, 9-inch, 10-inch, and then the big ones. And the CarPlay just allows you to have your navigation maps. It allows you to use anything and everything, text messages and all that. It just makes things simple. Now, in the world of speakers, Austin, I know that we've been doing some specials. I'll kind of move around for you. We've been doing a lot of DS18.
Yeah, that's definitely the most popular that we have right now.
These would be, anywhere from $100 to $200 to $500. They make them all over the map. Super tweeters built in, and we showed those over the last couple of months. We do a tremendous amount of Alpine. If you'll go over the Alpine line for me there.
Yeah, a lot of Alpine S series is a phenomenal speaker that you can add to just radio power. You don't have to add an amplifier, which is fantastic. But if you want a little bit more loudness, you can add an amp, which really helps a lot. And for another option too is we do a lot of marine speakers. Phenomenal.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry about that. But in the world marine, we do a lot of marine. We just do marine whether you do a slingshot, which we need to show that off.
ATVs.
We've got buses. We do anything. So, but there's the boats. We like to do boats. We do a lot of boats. So I'm going to show you this boat we just did. Literally, he said, "I need this done by the 3rd." He called us on the 1st.
Yeah.
And we said, "You better get it here quick if you want 4th of July in your boat and it not be in my back parking lot." So we did get it done. Check out this. This is phenomenal. All right, when it comes to pontoons and tritoons, we do a tremendous amount of sound, and it's really become very popular to not just have a couple of speakers, but folks will want to have 4 speakers or 6 speakers or wake type speakers or subwoofer, and this one has it all. Starting with the Rockford Fosgate heads unit, these PMX series, they come in 4 different models, completely weatherproof. They're basically Bluetooth control. You have a subwoofer control, you control your sub up and down, track control. So once you sync your phone, the blessing of that is, I can pop my phone in a Ziploc bag and hide it somewhere so it doesn't get wet. We know how that rolls. And this is already connected. We're going to have a demo in just a second. In the world of speakers, we did Rockford Fosgate. These Rockford Fosgate speakers are 6.5-inch. They have what they call a neodymium tweeter, which is just a really, really loud tweeter. They are built for the weather, which means when you're splashing, when you're washing, when you're doing anything, they're made for that. We have this woofer. They come in a 10 and a 12, and that's an all-weather subwoofer. These things run anywhere from $400 to $500, depending on which one you get. And this is a free air sub, meaning he didn't want to have a subwoofer box. He didn't like the big boom, but he wanted some type of feeling bass. On the back there, you'll see on the back of his rack here, you've got the 2 Rockford Fosgate speakers, and I love these. I always call them Canon style speakers. They are incredible. There are quite a few manufacturers out there, but Rockford Fosgates are so absolutely durable. It's crazy. He also has a speaker down here next to the foot where the driver is, which really works well. And then underneath this piece right here is where we put the amplifiers, and you're probably seeing a cutaway of that now. It's just so beautiful the way the guys did the installation. It's tricky. Well, it's got to be louder than when I'm going 35 or 40 miles an hour with the wind in my hair and, and all the outside noise, all those things. So to do that, you have to have a lot of power. How much power? Well, we're at 1,900 watts of power in this, which is a tremendous amount of power to make it work. I'm going to give you a little demo. really, really, wow, big.
I've been happy waiting for nightfall. It feels so bright when the lights don't fade. Days like this don't last, so we might start.
The idea behind this is it takes time. So we will spend 10 to 15 hours when you do a pontoon, especially if they haven't been wired. This one, fortunately, had these two in the back, and then we added everything else. But with the subwoofer and the tower speakers and the big amplifier and the Rockford, and again, this is completely Rockford Fosgate, and he's about to pick this up in about 20 minutes and get it out to the water. But at the end of the day, you want big sound, big power, and something that's made for the marine environment. And this, my friends, is what it's supposed to be.
Like I'm not home. Summer nights, no, I'm not, it takes so long.
This is what we do. All right, in the world of big bass, this is my nephew. We call him he's the lead brainiac. You hear me talking about the brainiacs? This is the smart one. All right, so Austin, we talk about Sundown Audio a lot, like Sundown Audio.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a rundown. Give us this is the big bass brand. Am I correct?
Yes, it is. These are actually the newest lineups from Sundown Audio. So we have their newest Z Series 8-inch sub. This is the first time they've ever released this sub. It's 2,000 watts RMS, 4,000 peak, and this is an 8-inch woofer that weighs 60 pounds. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And give me the scenario where you would use that. I know that we do a lot of the F-150s, and we'll do 2, 3, or 4 8-inch under the seat, and because you have to have a major box for that to
Big
fit
box,
in.
custom
And
box.
size-wise, we're 10s and 12s and 15s. Give us a rundown base-wise and money-wise. And the stuff is so affordable, and the packages are so affordable.
Yeah.
Give me an idea about these different ones here.
Yeah, so the different ones, so really the beginner series that I like to do is the SA version 3, which is this one right here. Phenomenal sub, 1,500 watts. It's great power handling, and you don't have to add an extra battery to your system like you do some of these bigger subwoofers. The next step up is going to be our M series, which is the 12-inch and 15. They also make an 18-inch sub. 2,000 watts RMS power, very, very strong, but you got to have a lot of power and extra battery power to actually, produce what you want. But it is ridiculous.
So anywhere from 1,000-watt packages, I know we've done 5,000, even 10,000 watts on these different bass packages. You've seen the Ram truck we did with multiple subs and 40 speakers in them. And again, we can customize anything you want, because a lot of people will look at these subwoofers and try to figure out, where does this fit in my vehicle? That's why you bring the vehicle, get with the Brainiacs, they get with the Brainiacs and do the installation, and then they customize, whatever fits what you want to do. Now we do boats, we do slingshots, we do big bass, we do small bass, we do just radio and 2 speakers in your car. We do every single thing. And to show you that, let me show you, we just did that other slingshot.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Full
amazing.
AV.
Tons of lights
Tons
everywhere.
and tons of speakers.
It was amazing.
And a lot of lights. Matter of fact, the only way for you to know it is just to say, he created this monster, but you got to see the slingshot. Check it. All right, slingshots, we do a lot of slingshots, and this is the blessing of this is, because they have become so popular, now DS18 and SoundCube and Rockford Fosgate and all these different companies have gotten very adaptive to what will fit in all the nooks and crannies of a slingshot. This particular slingshot has 16 speakers in it with a tremendous amount of power, over 1,500 watts of power. Now, because of that, we put in 2 lithium batteries. One of those batteries controls the car to crank up the car. The other one controls the sound and all the lighting. We'll get to the lighting in just a second. The blessing of that is I get out there and play it, and people are hanging, and I got my system cranked up. We're going to get to that in a minute too. And then I get to the end when I don't have enough power. There's a battery specifically to get it cranked back up so you get what you got to get. I love it. With about 5,000 lights and everything happening here, again, we got a tremendous amount of speakers. A 10-inch subwoofer here. This piece right here is actually fabricated for the slingshot to hold a 10-inch sub in there. You can do 1 sub or you can do 2 subs. Pioneer's touchscreen radio here called the 3800 series. This guy can do a backup camera with, I can do XM satellite with. It is just amazing how it fits, and then we can trim it out this way. If you have the factory touchscreen and you don't want to mess with that, the one that comes with the Rockford Fosgate, we can use that as well. They make a processor that plugs into that. Now, when you do a vehicle with this many lights and you have a vehicle with this much sound and a vehicle with this many speakers, it takes time. So you bring it here, get with the Brainiacs in the front, you talk about the money, you get the Brainiacs in the back, you talk about how much custom or how far do you want to go, and then bada bing, bada bang, here we are. All right, so how does it sound? Let me give you this cut over this. The clarity is what you're looking for here. Lots and lots and lots and lots of lots. a demo. We did a demo with lights on, with lights off. Check this out. You see what I'm about? The blessing is, again, you're riding down the road in basically a three-wheel motorcycle, so people don't see you unless you have 5,000 LED lights that Ken's installs for you, or you have over 1,500 watts of power with plenty. Check out the lighting. You see right here, we left the seat out here. There's your amplifiers, one for mids and highs, one for bass, and they are made to be in the heat, the environment, and the rain. End of the day, bada bing, bada bang, slingshot, DS18. Okay, ready, set. David blend from there. Ready, set, go. End of the day, you've got slingshot, DS18, SoundQ, Pioneer, Ken's. This is what we do. All right, when you do a swimming pool like this, you have to do a pool house like this. This is incredibly beautiful, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. So what you're hearing, that clarity, is perfection. That is the new Klipsch speakers called RSMs, which you see here. They're incredible. They have a lifetime warranty. They are made to be out in the elements, just like you see now. As you can tell, they have extreme clarity. They have this kind of width and a lot of bass, which is why you hear it. But because of that, you want to be able to hear it inside here as well. Walk in here with me. Klipsch also now makes a single speaker right here above us in a 3.5 inch that fits in the center. Listen to the clarity of that. That is absolutely incredible. So you have a zone here and a zone out there that gives you where you have for folks in the pool and for folks in the pool house. With that, we put in a monster 75-inch Sony that gives us 4K Sonos amplifier in there. So he can toggle between. I can have this sound there, or I can just have music play it if I just want to see the score. What does it take? Well, while this was being built, we came in and ran all of the cables, got everything in place, and then he called me and said, we are ready. Pool house, Sony, and Klipsch speakers, everything controlled from his phone or his iPad, and guess what? It's backed by our on-site service. So again, let's do it again. Perfect pool house, perfect view, perfect tunes, Ken's. This is what we do.
Okay guys, we got tons of TVs and a bunch of options that we have to offer for y'all right now. Lots of Samsung, lots of Sony, lots of really, really technical, amazing TVs with crazy adjustments for color if you really want to go really, really detailed.
But you know, with Samsung, there's a whole new series that's come up. We know Q's been out, but they have a bunch of monikers like 7,000, 8,000, 9,000.
New 8,000 series is coming out.
All of the new Sonys called the Bravia 357s and 9s.
Yep.
And OLEDs, QLEDs, and there's just so much out there.
Yep.
But as you see, you know, we have a giant amount of these TVs in stock, and we handpick them. Whether you're going to buy, you know, what they call a Bravia 8 that's $3,000, or you're going to buy one that's $599. We kind of make sure we handpick each model to make sure they get. Now, on the installation side, let's talk about what that looks like. Custom, we do. Am I correct?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. So if you want anything from, you know, putting it on a stand and setting everything up for you just because you don't know how to sign in and do all your different apps, we can help you with that.
And you know, like Austin's saying, you know, we have the installers. They are certified, and we have low voltage certification. We have CEDIA certification, and that matters a lot. Now, a lot of people will say, well, you know, anybody hang a TV on the wall. You're right. Any monkey can hang a TV on the wall, but if you got cables hanging all the way down the wall, it just don't make any difference to do that.
Yeah.
You want to get the trained installers to come and do what the trained installers do. So when you come in and talk to the Brainiacs, whether you talk to Austin or Kerry or Kurt or myself or Scott or those guys, you know, we'll come out. The estimate's free.
Yep.
So he's your in-house guy. I'm the in-store guy. I'm your in-house guy.
Yep,
the idea behind that is he can design and set it up, and he will send me to you to make sure we're getting everything you need if you're going to put it over your fireplace or do a custom home theater or whatever.
Pull it down from your fireplace.
I mean, you've seen us do it 100 times, whether it just be your living room or the theater we're doing in Forsyth for next month that I'm going to get to show.
Incredible.
I got his permission today to film it next month. I can't wait. That was literally just a room that would have just been filled with boxes before we got in there, and we from beginning to end it's just going to be a knockout punch to show you how good it can get. So when you come in, Sony and Samsung, a little bit of LG, but we are warranty stations for all the brands we carry, which means you don't have an issue if you ever have an issue. Austin, the man with the plan. this is what we do. All right, we are in downtown Macon. This is the Social Duck that is already open by the time you see this. They have amazing food, amazing drinks, and that's the secondary part. The cool thing is this is a classical or vintage feeling duck pin bowling. Let's get inside and check this thing out. It is awesome. So this is the kind of the old school duck pin bowling. We're going to show you that in a minute. And we got invited by this couple that owns this, and this is phenomenal. I was just looking at this. You probably saw that. This is their amazing drink menu that has this beautiful bar and everything, and the way that they have decorated this place is amazing. What was our role in this? Well, you're hearing our role, Klipsch, big Klipsch speakers. I'll find you one. There's one right there. And they're mounted from the ceiling. We've got them all the way through the building, a lot of power, and lots of TVs. So 85-inch there, 65s, 55, 75s, and it just keeps going all the way to the back. Listen how smooth the sound is throughout. That's the blessing of doing these speakers that have this real wide dispersion. We have full iPad control with Sonos. They can play anything that they want to play. These projectors, these screens came down and it's perfect to make. And what we did is we made it where we have a matrix. So this allows me to do is, I'm going to walk on the lane here. This allows me to have 3 different events or 3 different movies, or I can have, Happy Birthday Michael right here and have, the Super Bowl going right here, but it just allows so much. 3 projectors up there, and this is rocket science. I'm just letting you know, sometimes I say it's not rocket science. This is rocket science when you're trying to mount, you've got 6 TVs for your scoreboard, 3 projectors to have 3 different things, and to have multiple zones of music throughout. I love the seating area and all of it, but there's no seat in the house. If I want to sit here, I've got score, TV, 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 TV. If I sit here, TV, TV. If I sit over there, I've got TV, 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 and then I got this amazing sound. They have one iPad that controls everything, including every single TV in this location, and those projectors are controlled by the iPad. They can put different sources up, put different sounds up just from the iPad. They don't have to go back into the IT room to do any work at all. That's the blessing of letting us come in and wire everything throughout the building. So they got excellent security in place, HD panels everywhere, awesome music, projectors, and of course, duck pin bowling. This is in Macon, Georgia, right in the heart of downtown Macon. You got to get down and support this. I can't even believe it exists in Macon. Huge, huge Ken's. This is what we do. All right, when you come into our Macon and Warner Robins store, we have audio video, meaning receivers and speakers and subwoofers and all the cool things that we do. But sound bars have become a very prominent thing in how people purchase because TVs don't sound good. So this is Klipsch, and they make a series called Flexus. As a matter of fact, the Flexus soundbar was rated by Rolling Stones magazine the best soundbar for the money that you can buy. It has Bluetooth built in, it has miniature subwoofers built in. You can add rear speakers to it that are also wireless, and you can add a subwoofer to it if you want to have like a 5.1 surround sound. But just like it sits, and one cable plugs into your TV, and you have mucho better sound than that. So these are anywhere from $399 and up, depending on which series that you buy, and we're going to have these Klipsch in stock. Now, this works well, and then there's Yamaha. I'm going to throw you over to Austin. Austin, tell us about the Yamaha.
Yeah, so we got the Yamaha SRB 20 series, phenomenal soundbar. If you want something that's just basic, $219, it's hard to beat. It sounds phenomenal, and it has a technology called Clear Voice. So when you hit that little button on the remote that says Clear Voice, it'll enhance the voices and dialogue. That way you can hear them talking instead of, the background noise being so much louder than them talking.
And it's important to know, I'm jumping in front of you there, but when you go from $400 to $500 to $200, but
yeah.
Sony does make this soundbar right here,
phenomenal
right,
deal.
that has Bluetooth built in, simple, it can mount on the wall. I just love it, the compact design. It's just the way it works is perfect. And you ready for this? This is $99. This is $99, and we keep
Sony.
these in
a real
Sony,
brand.
Right? You keep it in stock, so when you come in, you can look at the Klipsch, you can look at the Sony, you can look at Yamaha, and of course we keep the Sonos full meal deal theaters in stock as well. So come in to Macon and Warner Robins. We'll have all these hooked up in a demo where you can listen to them and just figure out which one hits your budget, and then this guy will set up a package, and then one of us will bring it and set it up at your house. There's our phone numbers. We are ready to work for you. Awesome. When we do a big camera system, so like big residential, big commercial, or big church like we are here at Haddock Baptist Church, you have to have a tremendous amount of coverage because you have giant buildings. Now, with that being said, here we are. We have a 43-inch 4K up here. All of our cables all coming in. This rack right here is what houses all our stuff. It has ventilation built in, surge protection built in, and it holds our recorder. It gives it plenty of room to breathe. There's all our cables that come in down there. Now, this is beautiful, and this swings out so that we can service it. We put it in an IT room so you can lock it down and people can't get to it. You know how that works. Now, in the realistic side of this, we had to have some cameras that would see down hallways, some cameras that would see rooms, so wide angle, and we had to have some that have a 180-degree dispersion. So from my arm all the way to my arm to see parking lot views, so you can see a lot of parking spaces, especially when you have 100 or 200 or 300 parking spaces. Now, with that being said, when you have multiple buildings like this, I'm sure you've seen a cutaway of the buildings that are disconnected here. There's a youth building over there plus the main building here. And this is a blessing when you see conduit like this. You just see that as just a big piece of plastic sticking out of the ground. But the blessing of that is, and I'm telling you, so many folks will build buildings and forget to put conduits to connect these buildings together. You have to, this saved us to be able to run wire over there to secure that building as well and not have to purchase 2 security systems. I did an apartment complex over on Zebulon Road here in Macon, Georgia, and they ran no conduit between the buildings. Guess what? They have no cameras between the buildings. That is just a no-no. So when you're building, conduit, yes. Now, I got to show you some of these views. Check this out. Now, when you look at a direct, check this out. Here's our foyer. There's Jimmy. Look at the detail of seeing it. Even what his shirt says, you can see everything about him, all my detail. There's door entry 1-1, door entry 2. Here's our welcome desk right here. Here's this right here, but you don't lose privacy going into the bathroom. It's such a thing. That's a standard camera, 98, 95, 98 degrees width, right? When you get into a wider angle like this is your fellowship hall, I need to be able to see that door all the way to that corner, all the way to that corner, and I get to see it, especially if I have 150 or 200 people in there. These are cameras specifically made for each environment. Now, check this out. I'm going to show you this. Now, again, this is a building that's on the other side, which is such a blessing for the conduit. I want to show you what a 180 does. Look at this view. From there to there, right? So you're 70 parking spaces. Part of my playground comes over here, but I can see that. We have 580 degrees here that give us this kind of a view. And the blessing of that is I need to have a full view in case there was an accident, in case somebody tried to break into a car. Look at this, hold on. Look at this view. All the way across there, and look at the view. You can see the people walking out. You know exactly what they're wearing. You can see our van. Look at our logo showing. You can, everything is just absolutely crystal clear. Now, and these come into what they call different megapixels. They have sound and video built in, and it's recording 24/7. Right now, you're seeing a cutaway of the app on the phone. That allows us to view it when we're away. We can put it on your computer, on your phone, and whoever you allow to have that. How much does it record? Well, depending on the hard drive, you can do a 10-day recorder, a 30-day recorder, a 6-month recorder. You can get a 1-year recorder. It all depends on how much you need in a business, in a church like this, because you're not in every nook and cranny all the time. We have to have 2 or 3 weeks of record time minimum. Now, how do we get it all installed? Well, there's my phone number. It comes up. And as you're seeing these cutaways, you'll see these different types of cameras and how they point. Because when you have a hallway, I'm going to go to one more view here. Check this out. When you have a hallway like this, I have to be able to see the narrowness of the hallway, but I still need to see if an infant walks out or a child walks up and tries to go up the stairs. I need to have that view from a security standpoint, and I love that they let us really put these things in place where they need to be. And again, my phone number, the estimates are free. We come out, we plan the budget, we plan the performance, and we have performance. We carry nothing entry level to make sure when the time comes, you have the recording that you need. So again, smart development on your phone, all hardwired, put it on your computer. It records 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, backed by our on-site service. There's my phone number. The estimate is free. We will get you all secure. This is what we do. Hey, thank you so much. I'm grateful for your time watching our infomercial and amazing things that we got allowed to do in the month of July. Social Duck, I hope you get to visit Social Duck downtown. I was down there one night and we were kind of hanging out talking with the folks that own it, and they said, "You want to play a couple of games?" And I went, "Oh yes." And it's just a fascinating place. You got to go down. It's right downtown, literally right in town. If you know where Oliver's Restaurant is, just a couple of doors down from that. Really amazing. I'm so grateful to be a part of their sound and their video and just getting everything rocking and rolling for the Social Duck. We do churches. I hope there's some pictures that'll flash up now. We do HD streaming. We do full digital sound. We do overflow. We have really been blessed by y'all to do that. And I have some amazing technicians that are trained and certified to do that. You need to know that. My son-in-law Justin has probably the best ear I've ever seen and trained. He has have a trained ear to tune the church for it to work right in the live and like on the Facebook and the YouTube and the websites and things like that. So make sure you talk to them. There's my phone number. The estimate's free for any church wherever you are. I come out there and design the system for you. Lots of home theaters. You're going to see one next month that we worked on. It took us a good solid month to do. It is a knockout. You saw the one that we did last month, which was just basic room up above your garage, like my room above my garage, and I am copying everything that he did to make sure my theater is bang up like his. And then in the world of car audio, we do a tremendous amount of car stereo. We do a lot of slingshots, a lot of Harley Davidsons, and then just all of these things tell you that we have spent a lot of time training the men and women that work for us to make sure they can give you the best possible bang for your buck, the best installation and the best service. Saying that, if you get the best service, tell me, because I want to reward these folks. It's important to me. I've said that to y'all months after months, and it's important for me to know that. If you didn't get the service that you thought, there's my phone number. You can call me directly or text me directly and let me figure out what went wrong. We are going to make mistakes. Not many of them, but it does happen. Social media drives me crazy. Here's social media. This is how you follow us on social media. And as a business owner, it's hard to put all that stuff out there, but I'm grateful for the folks that work for us to help me with this. YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook is just a way to keep up with all the cool things. We got specials on there, lots of videos and stuff. On our YouTube channel now, when you go to Ken Stereo's YouTube channel, there's sections now. So you'll have a church section, you'll have a car stereo section, a home theater section, where you can just watch bunches of them in a row to give you ideas. Pricing is important. We match everybody's price, and if not, we're better than their price on everything that we do in this store. Very important to know that. You don't have to buy online. And I say that to you because when I hear somebody say, well, I'm going up to Atlanta and buy me a car, or I'm going to Atlanta and get my hair done, or I'm going to, or I'm going to, and all these different things, and people just shop. You want to buy in your local community from local business people. I'm not talking about just the stereo guys. Period. That's what keeps us fruitful in our businesses and makes them run. My truck is local. My wife's car is local. That matters to me because I want to be able to help feed their businesses like people feed our business. And I'm telling you that so you won't get all tied up in the .com world. If they're going to match the .com, they're going to take care of you anyway. We've been here since 1978, and we're so grateful. I'll never, ever, ever take that granted. I know you hear me say that. I will not take that for granted. My brother Kenny and I love serving you, and I'm going to put both of our phone numbers that you just call us and let us know what you need from us. We are ready to work. We always end our show with scripture. 1 Corinthians 16:13 says, be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong. So what that means is that devil that we all kind of make fun of, our view of the devil, that's not the devil. What the devil wants is to devour you. It says that in the Bible. He said he roams the earth looking for someone to devour. Who's he talking about? Me and you. He wants your finances. He wants your health. He wants your life. He wants your marriage. He wants your friendships. He wants you. If he can get a hold of you, he's got another one in his rankings. Stand firm is what that scripture says. Be strong. Be aware. Because he's looking to hurt you and God is looking to save you. Come see us at Ken's in Macon in Warner Robins. All right, so David, you're going to piece this together. Here we go. The idea. This is our custom car stereo guy that has a ladder, which I don't know why you need a ladder for a car stereo, but there he is right there. There's Joseph. He's one of the best installers I've ever seen. Thank you, Joseph. You can reserve these lanes. They have a way to have private, if you want to, what do they call it? Private what? Private parties. So, yep, sorry. Start over. Ready, set, go. There he goes. That was awesome. All right, ready?